G'day guys, this is Zathar and welcome to the next episode of my Chisel Bits tutorial series. Last episode we looked at the wrench, the tape measure and the bit tank and how to place fluids. This episode we're going to look at the chisel designs, so let's get going. But let's move on to the chisel design. So we have the positive chisel design, right? And notice they're the same recipes apart from one thing. The positive uses lapis, the negative uses redstone, the mirror uses glowstone. Okay, so let's grab a file of these. These are the probably more complicated objects. So let's make our bits and make something one-sided. Right, so we're going to hang on. Put it into this mode. Check where the block is. It's here. Oh, that's okay. Kind of missed this, so set up. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Go back to drawn region. Okay, so this is just within a block, right? So now, if we take the positive chisel design, we can just right click on that. And I realize I just literally made all my positive chisel design that. Click one, that means now that you have, firstly let's look at the menu. You have placement, impose, replace, and additive. By default, it seems to actually be in replace mode. Right, so I'll right click this now. I don't actually have the diamond bits for it. Let me just go to creative. Oh, actually no, it might have, like it's in impose mode. Alright. So the four different things is placement allows you to place another version on the block. If you had the diamond bits for it, you can place as many versions of this as you'd like to. You can place them on top of each other. Right. That's placement. Basically does a copy of what you're doing. Right. Now, if you want to place it the other way, you can just change which side you're placing it from. Right. It will, however, always face this way. Right. So if there was a wall here, and you wanted to have one block sticking out, you're gonna have to move part of the wall to do that. Right. Both this wall there probably wouldn't place one there anyway, but yes. I move this way, I can place one this direction. Right, it always follows where I'm standing. For instance, where did I take the design from? Right, so grab a crafting. Okay, so to clear it, put in a crafting grid. If I take it from the front here, I can change the position just by changing where I stand. Okay, so that is placement. Right. Now, if I want to place this, say I want to get rid of all of this spiky part, right? The bit that comes out. And I want to have, I want to separate that from the block. Right, now I could simply, get my diamond bits and I can go to this mode and I can do that. Right. That's easy enough to do. But what I could actually do is using the place mode. Let me put it back into this mode for a second. I'll right click it from the side. Okay, by using the block, the edges of a block I can see. I can hold down Shift and I can place the block basically wherever I want to place it. Now, if I move this right up to the edge, place it there, that is now two separate blocks. Right, and go back to back to survival, and I can take my pickaxe, and now I can take just this half. I've now separated this, and it's own little chisel block. Right, and I can then take that, and if I want, and attach it to that side. Because I already knew that this, where I now, if I take that, put it back where I had it. Right. I'll take this one and put that one back where I had it. Because I had placed it on the edge of this block, I already knew that it was the first starting layer, just like here, of this. So I knew that it would fit right snug against this because I'd made sure that it started in that first layer. So sometimes the trick is if you can't actually place an object, so let's put this on top of it. Make it creative. Right, let's do this, put it up here, and let's remove a couple of panels. Right, now, if I try and place that, say for whatever reason, this is the block you made, if I try and place that, it will always be 3 layers above the ground. There's a gap under there. But now if I want to place it custom, well, the problem is now it's actually on the ground. So in order to place it like this, I would have to do something to fix that. So one thing you can do is using a different material, because you don't want it to be confused, is place 3 layers, then place your block. Right, so for instance, this is a dark block, so it's hard to see. Right, so now I place that. It's still 3 layers above. I can then remove those 3 layers, and it's still at the same distance this one is, but now now I've made it so that I can still remove this part here and not that part of the block. Right, which means I can also stick it on the back of that one. Okay, so that's one thing you can do to move the blocks around. If you can't place them this way, place them somewhere else, step them to where you want. If you have to, put down layers. And just be aware that if you place it like this, part of that chisel is going to be in the next block. So you can move them together, you're just going to have to move 2 blocks to do that. Right. I don't have enough chisel bits to place another one, but that's one thing to be aware of. So now I have plenty of chisel bits. to work with. Okay, so that is the positive chisel design. One of the other things I will show you is, let's say that we make put down a layer of coal, and then let's do some lines. So let's place a line here. Oops. Or wide. Now lines will always work in order of axis. If you're pointing this way, it will place it horizontally, like I did there. If you accidentally press it down, it will place it vertically. And if you place it this way, it will place it on the axis that you're basically facing. Okay, so that's the bottom of rail. And well, actually, let's make this. Okay, that's the bottom of a rail. Then we want spindle. Now I was helping someone make a rail in Mama's Nuggets, and he had a spindle like this in between two rails. Okay, so that we do that. Oh, no. I have a new block, so okay, so he had this spindle here. Now, I could go and place these blocks here, start making another spindle, and build up to that. What you can do though is with this positive chisel design is I can take that, place it here. Now I can remove that, and then if we do panels, so I do connect to material. It's only going to do what it can see, and I need it to remove both these layers. I don't need that. Okay, I can clear this design. Now, if I just take this spindle, what I can do is put into place mode, and then I can hold down shift, and I can place just that within the railing. Now, as long as there's no, if I try and place it here, right, you can see a ghost image there. If I try and place it here, there's bits in the way, right? If my crosshairs is at a space where there's no bits, there's a ghost image. If there's bits within that block, it becomes invalid, right? So I can place it in between there because it's the right height. That makes it easier to do more fiddly things that way. Now another thing about, I thought I'd mentioned last time but I didn't, is one of the biggest issues with Chisel Bits is when people try to copy stuff, it doesn't copy right, and because symmetry is key. So for instance, if I get rid of this, copy that, if I place it here, it looks like a continuation of the railing because there was a gap here, there isn't a gap here, so it just continues on like that. But if I go on this side, well, there's a problem. It's off center. That would be because the railing is 5 wide, right? And the block that you're working in is an even number. It's never going to be on center. Okay, so I could essentially make if I was to take my bits and do this. No, not that. Oh, now that's something I've got to be careful of. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of that one. Do that. Do that. Material. Now, if you're wondering why I place it 2 in, it's because then I can stand here and use a line. If I place it at the end, it would begin in this direction. Now I could make that, and then go from this end. Well, that is not what I want to do at all. Okay, so essentially now I've made something that's 6 wide. Oh, okay, I need to... fix at the bottom. So connect that, and then actually no, if I did both sides, it makes something that's 6 wide. Apparently I just made this 7 wide. Okay, easy to fix. There we go. Oh, that's right. Okay, we need to bring the sides of this out. Okay, so by placing a single bit here, if I do connect the material right now, it will copy the entire thing. If I put 1 bit here, which separates the stem, I can then use the connected material just to do this. Did the little U shape. Okay. Right, so now I've made something that's 6 wide. If I then copy that, places properly. If I hover go on this side and place it, it places in the same spot. Now it might not work for this particular instance because you're like, oh, well, there's a funny looking, this is not right. Well, no, you probably wouldn't do it with rails, right? Doing railing, you probably wouldn't do it. But if you had something else that you wanted to place the other way, so for instance, this I showed you before, this block here is a full block, but if it was half block and it's right in the middle, it's symmetrical enough to place backwards. So that is what you can do with this. What I can do now though, because it's symmetrical, is I can pick that up and go, oops, I placed it the wrong way. There we go. So symmetry makes Chisel Bits a lot easier if everything is equal. Again, you might not like this because it's too wide, but you know, that's just what we have to deal with blocks being equal as such. I'll get rid of, I'll leave that there. Now, the next thing I'm going to look at is actually the mirror design, because it actually taps into the positive chisel design. So how do you use a mirror design properly? I can right click this with that, and then I can turn around and I can place it this way. But what if your design was in such a way that that wouldn't work? Let's do materials. Now, if I right click with this and I put it over here, what's going to happen? Well, that's not mirrored. Right, that's opposite. That's not exactly what I want to do. I want to mirror this. Okay. So this is where the mirror design comes in. Mirrored. We start by right clicking this, and keep in mind where you right click it from, because the mirror will require you to do one of two things. It's going to require, whenever you mirror something, it's going to mirror your position. But by itself, it can't place blocks. It has to be crafted then with a positive. This is actually where it mirrors it. Alright, do that. So now if I place this, it's actually a mirror of that. But you see that I took it from here and I had to stand over here, because it mirrored my actual position from there here. But what I could do is, if I wanted to place it here, well, it's still facing this way. If I hold down shift and use my mouse scroll wheel, I'm not going to place it, but it rotates the block. Right? You can see. So you can do this with ever any placement. Hold down shift and use your scroll wheel. If you use your scroll wheel normally, you just switch apart. Shift and scroll wheel will rotate a block. So you either have to mirror your position when you place it, or you have to rotate the block to get the same idea. Right? And that's the big thing with mirrors. If I want to mirror vertically, then that's going to be a little bit more challenging. Right? Because mirror does this. What we'd probably want to do is mirror it like that, and then mirror it to over here. Right? And essentially it would be as if I did that. So mirroring is just about an actual mirror. You don't mirror vertically like this. If I click from this particular, this axis point of pointing down, right? That with one, that. Now, when we place it, it has actually mirrored it upside down. So if I mirror it from here, no, I can't turn it that way. I can't turn it vertical. Because I want to do it vertically, I've got to stand on the axis that I want to mirror. Right, so I've done here, I've done here. So let's see that one. Let's do here. Right, so I did from the side, and I've done from the top, and now I place this. Well, I don't have any. I don't have any diamond parts, but you see it's now actually facing the opposite direction. So when I place that, you can see it's literally it mirrored this axis, Z axis. Right. So this is a mirror of here. This is a mirror from above here, and then this one is a mirror from this side. That is how you use the mirror for design. Now, go into clear that. Now, lastly, we've got the negative chisel design. So, what's the negative chisel design good for? Well, this is. Let me just grab these. I'll leave that there for now. Okay, so let's place one more of these. I don't know if I think I have the parts or not. So fine, we'll just grab more diamond blocks. That's what we normally do. Do that. Same material. Okay, now we have enough diamond blocks. Okay, so let's place this. Now, say that I want to put this into gold. Or even, let's make it the emerald. So let's say I want to put this into emerald. Do I just, right click this for the negative and then, no. I can't place a copy of this with a positive chisel design or a negative. What I need to do is I need to actually create a positive places block and negative takes away blocks. So what I'll do is I'll create, make sure I have my block here, do it here. I'll create my block of emerald. Then I'll take this negative chisel and I'll right click it. So it takes away blocks to equal this block. It doesn't add blocks to equal it. So now that's one way that you can basically copy anything into, you can copy this pattern into that pattern, the different material. Negative is pretty straightforward. It's just the idea of basically putting down a solid block. Don't have enough marble. More. It's actually polished marble, but that's okay. Now this would actually give a perfect example of, this is now a full block. It's a full block of mixed bits, but a negative design won't care. Alright, so we'll do one of that, and let's do one of this. Oh, we'll do some grass. Oh, it's coal. Now I wonder, I'll get some lava. And we've got diamond. Oh, now that didn't work. Oh, that's fine. Well, I'll do diamond there instead. And then we've got some cobblestone. Let's put that up there. And while we're at it, we'll just, I'll go and grab some milk. And some manulin. Place that there. And milk, place it there. Then we'll take a negative chisel design and it's a block. So the negative chisel design does not take into account what the block is made up of, what sort of bits it's made up of. It just literally takes away whatever is missing from this block, it takes away from that block. That's the whole idea. If you want to do this version instead, well, you need to, rotate your block the way you want it before you actually do the negative chisels design. Right, and that's pretty much how negative chisel design works. The positive adds to it, the negative takes away from it. Now, one of the things I didn't cover with the positive chisel design, go back to that, is copy that, place it, then we'll get rid of the other modes. I covered placement, but I didn't actually cover the other mode. So we have replace, of course. So if I click on here, that replaces the block. Nothing left but what you've copied. So replace is pretty straightforward. The other two modes, so additive, means that if I find the right block, here, I can add that to this block as long as there's nothing in the way of it. Right? So there's no chisel bits in the way. If I do that and add 2 bits here, it's still going to place over the top of it, right? But those bits, if I get rid of that material, I do that, and then I place that block here. It adds it to the block. It adds it around the existing thing. So you can see that that white block's still sitting out. If I get rid of the same material, it didn't remove these. Right. Now imposing is similar but a little different. As you can see, the white is actually gone, and if I do the same material, it actually got rid of what was in the way. So if I do this, it replaces only that section. So think of imposing as a part replacement. Whatever is in the section you're trying to place, it will replace that part. Right? It's imposing its design on that block. Okay, so additive adds to the block, replace replaces the block, imposing adds part to a block, and then placement, force. Now that works because there was no bits in the way. But again, if I have one thing out, I cannot place this. It won't even give me the option to go near it because it's not a valid place to place an object. Right, that second bit there, that's no longer valid. I can try and do it, but it will be a ghost out place. Okay, so I hope that helps. Next episode we're going to go into building more things, building techniques. These are not terribly exciting because they're pretty basic shapes. But if there's anything I didn't cover, let me know. And if you have any other comments, please let me know. But hopefully this kind of explains everything is to do with chisel design. And how we can use these tools to best create what we want. Okay guys, well that will wrap it up. So that is the last of the actual tools from this mod. The positive, negative and mirror designs. Next episode we'll do some actual building and we'll look at some different techniques to building small things or big things, and the importance of measuring, well, not necessarily measuring with a tape measure, but measuring out bits and doing your planning before you start a design. So Uru, have an awesome day. I'll see you next episode. Bye now.